The next case is Dexter Austin Apartments
So what that means that
is versus Bithia
You
Nara
gotta get
Velasquez
$1,000,
and
bitch.
Arturo Rodriguez. Who's here on behalf of Dexter?
I'm here, Your Honor. Yasmin the Dexter.
Yasmin, okay. And is Bithia Velasquez or Arturo Rodriguez here?
They did not check in during check-in time, but Ms. Velasquez did say that they were planning on being here,
Well,
or they're trying to log on.
They're trying to log on?
Yes, but that was almost an hour ago. If Ms.
Okay.
Rodriguez, if that's you on the phone, you'll push *6 to unmute.
Basically, the defendant was having trouble unmuting herself for court, so the judge decided to dismiss the case. However, the plaintiff is going to attempt to help her reconnect so they can get a resolution on her eviction. Keep in mind that the plaintiff and the defendant will be in the same room at the same time, and I can assure you that you have never seen anything like this before.
We've got Dexter Austin versus John Adame and Melissa Baker. Is that you, Miss Yasmin?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you were previously sworn. The rent is $10.13. Is that right?
Correct.
And you just want July prorated at $9.80. Is that correct?
Yes and no. Their lease contract expired on the 24th of this month of July.
Okay.
They're still current. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry, somebody's here screaming. Oh, I think Bithia's here. Hold on. She's Bithia. Oh, no. We're not doing that. We're on court right now. Give me 1 second.
no, you are she already dismissed my case.
She did not dismiss your case. The reason
Okay, tiene que yo estuve esperando una pinche hora.
Okay.
Una pinche hora.
Give me a second.
Don't be fucking like that.
I was not. You were not on the phone.
I was on the fucking phone. Do you need fucking?
Okay. You have to give.
Aquí.
Okay. Do you want to go there and log in? Because you're literally on
I
live.
can't fucking log in.
Okay.
I can't log in.
Bithia, you have to call. You have
Yo
to.
llamé una mira. Aquí te voy a enseñar.
Tell her to go try the phone number again, Miss.
Una pinche hora.
Do you hear the judge? Bithia, do you hear the judge? She's telling for you to log in.
Velasquez.
I can't.
Miss Velasquez.
Call me and I will.
Try the phone number again.
Mira, una pinche hora. Wait. Mira.
Look, listen.
Mira, 54 minutes. Right here.
Miss Velasquez.
54 minutes. I was waiting.
I understand. We tried to
I
message you.
can't log in. They didn't give me the passcode. They gave me the fucking.
There's no passcode. You just need the. Can you try again and we'll let you in right away.
Don't dismiss.
The what?
You know.
You're on live, by the way.
No, I'm not.
Miss
And I've
Velasquez.
been 54 minutes.
She
On this
told.
fucking case. 54 minutes.
I
Almost
know.
an hour.
Can you
Really?
try? Can you call again and we'll let you right in? Okay.
They didn't give me the password. They gave me the passcode.
There's no
They
password.
didn't know.
Look.
¿Cómo que no?
Look, just all right here. Look, dial this number.
Tell her to dial the number and we'll let her in.
There's no reason.
There's no
Mamacita,
reason.
mira, mi amor.
I
Mira,
understand.
55 minutes. That was
That's not
55
even.
minutes. Like, really good. Que no me encajone. Que no me encajone.
I'm sorry.
Yo me calmé.
Hold on.
We have 3 more cases, right, Miss Yasmin?
I'm sorry. I can't hear you, Your Honor. It's just that I have her in the office and I cannot hear you. I'm sorry. We were going based on John Adame's case,
No,
and
go
then
back to Velasquez.
hold
Right.
on. John Adame, actually, their lease contract expired on the 24th of this month.
So
They
that
have
would
not.
be $784.
Correct.
Okay.
which is their prorated amount plus this amount for the remaining of the month. They have not yet also paid the rents previous. Also, sorry, Your Honor. They have not paid a little bit of their June rent as well, so I'm trying to grab possession of it.
No. Que go back to my case, no? To the judge. Porque a mí ni siquiera me dieron el pinche paso.
Yes, I want to get possession of this unit of John Adama and Melissa.
Okay, is there any left owing in June?
For the month of June, it's $213, Your Honor.
Okay. So it's 997 is
Correct.
what owed. Okay.
Yes,
And the appeal bond is 2026.
correct.
Okay. So we've got Dexter versus Jonathan Rodriguez.
Yes, for Jonathan Rodriguez, he has not paid for the month of July, which is this month.
Right.
I just heard her and her.
Lease contract expired July the 3rd of this month of this year.
Okay.
Their rent is $1,335, so I'm asking for $1,335 along with late fees and judge.
I can just give you the
Correct.
background.
Yes.
So,
Okay, so I need you to just have a seat, and we're gonna go ahead.
Okay, well, cuando yo estaba hablando, when I was talking, I was like, hello, can you hear me? I was almost an hour. Aquí está in the record. Almost an hour.
You want to have a seat, and then she can go ahead and give you a call. You can go ahead and
No.
I think she was the phone number, and I called out to push *6 to unmute.
Did you hear? She said, I'm sorry, say that again?
If you're calling in through the phone number, you push *6 to unmute, and I repeated that a few times before we started the case.
You heard that, Vidya?
I heard that. I didn't hear that before. Michael?
Mm-hmm.
Let's move on to our next hearing, where Judge Shackelford rips the head off of a defendant who victimizes someone else and then tries to play the victim card on himself in court. She definitely said it, but you probably didn't hear it because she had consumed 10 tequila sunrises before the sun rose. The defendant then left the office and was eventually evicted from her apartment for non-payment of rent without any further incidents.
All right, this is the People versus Christopher Moore. I have misdemeanor files 241722, 241589, 241136, and then we have a felony file. This is 241796 FY appearances.
Morning, Your Honor. Jeffrey Zanto on behalf of Mr. Moore. As to the state cases, we've waived formal reading, as for warrants to be recalled. As to the city case, that's set for pre-trial 5th, and request would waive formal reading instead.
Okay, so as to 241796 FY, the felony case, this is a charge of home invasion, third, and domestic violence. Mr. Moore, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say orally or in writing can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney, and you have a right to have that attorney present during any future questioning and any future court hearings. In the event you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed to represent you. You have 2 court dates within the next 21 days. Your first court date is your probable cause conference, which you can appear at via Zoom, and that is set for August 26th of 2024. Following that, on September 9th of 2024, you will have your preliminary examination. At that examination, the prosecutor will have to show that a crime was committed and probable cause exists to charge you with that crime. With respect to the remaining 3 cases, we have a State of Michigan versus Christopher Moore on 1136. State of Michigan versus Christopher Moore on 241589, and then we have a City of Taylor case 241722, and that's the B&E. As to all of those, the warrants have been set aside. They'll be set for pre-trials.
Judge, I would note that voiding is on. I would just ask that the 2 misdemeanor state cases be set for the 26th as well.
the misdemeanor state case be set for
Yes.
is the 26th, so that's a Monday?
That's the same day you set for the PCC.
Oh, okay, so we'll just
And
have them all?
Same parties.
All right.
And the state, or the city case, I think is September 5th, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, there's a date of September 5th on that one. And then Ms. Moynihan, all three of the felony matters, then when we come in for the arraignment, or I'm sorry, the probable cause conference on August 26th, we'll just have those two misdemeanor files follow the felony. Now, as to bond. Ms. Moynihan, is there anything you have to say as to bond?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Tina Moynihan on behalf of the people, P84 692. Judge, we were in court on Monday. I was there as a prosecutor covering the docket for Ms. So and Ms. Davidova, and Mr. Moore was supposed to appear for an arraignment. He did appear by Zoom momentarily and then disappeared. He would not speak with Mr. Gizdicki. With my understanding, Mr. Gizdicki attempted to have conversations to proceed with the arraignment. And then Mr. Moore decided to log off before the case was ever called. My understanding, he then contacted the courthouse and spoke to a clerk downstairs and made threats to the court that if he came up to the courthouse that something was going to happen to people in the courthouse.
We're not done yet because they're going to go into detail about the threats he made and how dangerous this person is in real life. I wonder if this jackass even realizes that those calls are usually recorded or monitored, and that you can't just call the courthouse and threaten mayhem because you don't want to come in and face responsibility for your crimes.
And then it was also my understanding, of speaking with the complainant who appeared by Zoom, that there was an incident in the night prior, which would have been Sunday night. In that incident, Judge, there has been a warrant requested. I am in the process of reviewing that this morning. The allegations there are that the defendant broke into the complainant's home again overnight, forced his way into the home. He then adjusted cameras throughout the home that the complainant had so that he could not be observed. He's seen wearing all black, a hoodie, as well as a mask covering a portion of his face. He then enters the complainant's bedroom. He pulls a gun from his pocket and then shows that to the complainant, claiming that her fingerprints are on that gun and putting her in fear of an altercation ensuing. Further from that, he's then seen leaving the location by the complainant and heading out in an unknown direction. My understanding is that he's been staying across the street at the home across the street from her residence. And I believe that that is also going to be considered a violation of his bond that's been issued, that he's had no contact with the complainant, that he's not returned that residence. And then there's allegations of new criminal activity. In addition, Judge, to his failure to stay in court until the case was called on Monday, I do believe that Mr. Moore is a danger to the complainant as well as to the public as a whole. He shows a wholesome inability to comply with the court's orders. I would be asking for a $250,000 cash surety bond, no 10% with a GPS tether and house arrest if he were to be released. And I would ask that there be a 2-mile radius from the complainant's residence so that he's not to return to that area.
He appeared in Zoom court, but he left before his case was actually called, which is a big no to start with. Later, we learned that the previous evening, he had shown up at the complainant's home with a firearm and essentially threatened to harm her physically. If you've ever wanted a blueprint on how to ruin your life and make a bad situation worse, call up this guy, and he'll walk you through it step by step, possibly while brandishing a gun.
Anything, Mr. Fanto?
Well, I guess we have allegations that I don't know that the court should take into consideration relative bond as these cases stand. However, I would note that Mr. Moore does have some serious medical issues. At least if we could mark the file some medical so that Wayne County knows. He is on SSI.
Okay. I don't think there's, the things I'm to take into consideration is whether or not he's a danger to the community. He's a lengthy criminal history. his behavior in this court has been absolutely egregious. Since these cases have started, he has assaulted criminal convictions. He clearly does not have any issue ignoring court orders. He is certainly a danger to Miss Butcher as well as the community at large. He's certainly a flight risk. He was already in immediate warrant status on one of the domestic violence charges on August 5th when he failed to appear for court. We've had a separate case where he had an immediate bench warrant on two different dates, both June 13th and August 5th, for failing to appear at court. He's now got pending against one complaining witness, 2 domestic violence cases, 3 domestic violence cases, a B&E and a home invasion. There's an allegation that a firearm was used in one of those instances. There was a police report filed. Detectives had to come over to the court Monday after there were allegations that Mr. Moore called the court, was extremely volatile with court staff. And Ms. Moynihan, the language was that he was going to come up to the court and commit a massacre. That's the allegation of what he was screaming at court staff.
Therefore, he was going to carry out a massacre if he was made to appear in court. Nothing shouts innocence more than a _ threatening to carry out mass bloodshed if he is forced to do so. Having said that, I believe that Taylor, Michigan residents can breathe easier knowing that this man is already behind bars and that Judge Shackelford has no intention of changing that.
So I have to agree with you entirely. Mr. Moore is a danger to the community. Mr. Moore is a flight risk. Mr. Moore has shown absolutely zero respect for the criminal justice system, the legal system, or the safety of his own child that resides with Ms. Butcher. He will have a $250,000 cash or surety bond with a GPS tether with a 2-mile radius of complaining witness's home. The file will be marked medical. Mr. Moore, you're to appear in court as directed. You're not to leave the state without permission of the court. You're not to commit any new crimes while released. You're to immediately notify the court of change of address or phone number. You're to have no contact with Ms. Butcher. And a matter of fact, you can't not only go to her home, you can't go on her street. These are on the felony case. These are the bond conditions set for 1796 FY. You are not to possess or have access to firearms. You cannot purchase or access or consume alcohol or illegal drugs. On misdemeanor, I've also signed the request for a court-appointed attorney to ensure that Mr. Moore has counsel at all future proceedings, and that's in the file. As to the 3 misdemeanor files, each of these files will have a $10,000 cash surety bond with a GPS.
Top of 250,000.
No, that's plus, so it's 280,000 altogether.
Hey, ma'am. If I can say something when you are done, please just let me know.
Mr. Moore,
Mr. Moore, you have Mr. Moore, you have a constitutional right to remain silent. Given the amount of hot water you're in right now, I would strongly encourage you to follow the advice of your counsel.
We've had pretrial services relative to the felony.
I will request a DSU report at counsel's request on the felony. Is there anything else?
Yes. Can I say one thing, please?
Mr. Moore, your attorney's advising you not to say a thing.
I understand that. I'm asking, please. Would that be okay?
I would prefer you not, Mr. Moore.
I understand that, I respect that, but this is my life in the balance, and me ever seeing my kid. So I would like to say something.
As your lawyer is trying to explain, there is nothing you can say right now that will improve your circumstances, but please don't let any of us stop you from further withdrawing from society. You may not realize it now, but if you value your future freedom, you would actually like to shut the underscore.
I understand what this looks like. I understand that you guys are upset. I understand that I didn't show up and advise to every court ruling because I've had bad experience with the judicial system. That's not an excuse, but at the same time, it is the truth of what I'm saying. I have documentation showing, and I've called the courts. I called the detective. I called the domestic violence. I recorded them. And,
Mr. Moore, listen. Mr.
I
Moore, I
understand.
appreciate all of that. I want to be clear, given your history of this
The
court
truth is
and
not
what's
being
happened
told by her.
recently, there is absolutely nothing that you can say that will change my bond on this case. Nothing.
How about her
Nothing.
conspiring to commit murder on me?
So
And I haven't
what
documented
will
it.
happen is your attorney has requested a DSU, and I've granted that DSU request. So the Michigan Department of Corrections will meet with you, and if they find a bond modification is appropriate, they will issue a recommendation to this court. I'm not so inclined, or I don't know that I would even necessarily follow their recommendation, but I will certainly look at it and take it into consideration.
Ask her
And I
what her
mark the file medical.
Thank you.
She don't care.
All right.
She's into a 1% of motorcycle club.
All right, thank you. We're all set. Thank you over at the jail.
Thank
Thank you, Judge.
It's hard to argue that he deserves any pretrial freedom at this point. He's shown zero respect for the courtroom and continues to blame his problems on past experiences with the justice system, which only increases his flight risk. Rather than letting his attorney speak for him, he makes matters worse by playing the victim and even blaming the real victim of the situation. Because of his actions, it's obvious to me, and to Judge Shackelford, that releasing him would pose a danger to both the community and the victim. So there's really only one thing left to say: bye, have a great time. That wraps up today's video. Thanks so much for sticking around until the end, and special thanks to Aura for sponsoring. Follow my link in the pinned comment to start your free trial today. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like. If not, hit dislike. But don't forget to leave a comment and subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss future uploads. I'm Red Carpet Crimes, and I'm out.